Scanning for audio.
Hello, and welcome to another Tin Dog podcast. This time, I'm just going to talk about, the classic series, the special releases, number 1.2. This is the Sontaran and Rutan thing, okay? I'm really sorry, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so bear with, okay? This was released in February, which is only a few days ago, but I just wanted to have a chat with you. So let's do the synopsis. The war between the Sontarans and Rutans has been going on for millennia and is likely to continue for millennia more. A terrible conflict with no care for consequences or general collateral damage. Billions have died with no end in sight. The Brigadier is used to the Doctor acting strangely, but this time there is something decidedly different about the whole affair. As he looks into the Time Lord's odd activities outside the unit, there's a mystery that'll take Lethbridge-Stewart to a site very familiar to Sarah Jane Smith. Can the Brigadier trust his old friend? Who are the mysterious new allies? And the future of humanity really is at stake? A Sontaran threat could spell the end of the long-standing friendship and the entire planet. Written by Tim Foley, always good hands, and starring Tim Trelaw and Sadie Miller. Can I just say, I absolutely miss Sadie Miller on Twitter. You know, a lot of us are just hanging around on Twitter waiting for, everything to go back to normal. Just waiting for time to pass and for us all to end up with our old accounts and not calling it X. That's not important. What is important is that this is a Sarah Jane Smith, Third Doctor, Brigadier story, starring none of the original actors, and yet you are so there because it feels so much like Sarah Jane's first season. It's unbelievably reminiscent of the time. There's always a lot of painstaking work done by Big Finish to try and make it feel absolutely spot on to the moment. But that's what this is. This works so well, and it's basically a one-disc story. I know there's the whole Sontaran-Rutan war thing going on, and that's what this mini-series is all about. We've had various doctors, and it's just been great. The whole 8th Doctor and Charlie and Chris thing last time was smashing, and this time, while it's a bit more companion heavy, and you know what? It's not a bad thing. It actually feels like a Sarah Jane and Brigadier adventure. You can see them bombing around the countryside, trying to sort things out, putting down what they know, and also using the available knowledge of what's going on. It's gorgeous. Yes, the Third Doctor's time was coming to an end at this point, and it feels like that in this story. It's expertly crafted just to get that message across to us. Really, really nicely done. The ongoing threat, obviously setting it in the same castle, Lindsay Castle, named after the person who's playing the Sontaran, but set years later. Gorgeous, nice bit of plotting, and it's needed for the storyline. And the soldiers all looking a little bit familiar. Works great. I really genuinely love this story. I'm loving the whole Sontaran-Rutan thing that's going on. More please, definitely. And next time we've got good old 6th Doctor. It's nice because this month we've had a 3rd Doctor and a 3rd Doctor story, both released at the same time. And then in March we're going to have, a 6th Doctor and another 6th Doctor story together. And obviously this has been done on purpose, but it's really nice because you spend ages waiting for a nice classic Doctor that you love to come along, and then they'll come along in pairs. Gorgeous. Look, here's the trailer. Decide for yourself as always. But until next time, be seeing you.
The tale we have to tell is quite an extraordinary one.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, Sontarans vs. Rutans, the children of the future.
There's much to prepare for tonight.
So, what's all this about?
Remember those missing scientists back when we first met?
Halt! This area is off limits.
They were brought to a castle not far from here, captured by Lynx, the Sontaran.
So you think that's where the Doctor's headed? Returning to the scene of the crime, so to speak.
I don't want either of you knowing too much about Earth's future. But what you need to know is that these people are survivors from a Sontaran invasion of Earth.
Maybe this is future history.
The Cascade Project.
A wound in reality.
It was carnage.
Yet you admit there's something going on with the Doctor. Something odd.
If these Rutans can take any form.
Cunning shapeshifters.
Well, Sarah, just what are we going to do with you?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @TinDogPodcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.